Man United 3, Everton 0. I did not think I'd be saying that scoreline before this game. I did predict that we'd nick it 1-0. But you know what? When it's all said and done, you cannot ask for more than that. Garnacho, simply magical, that goal. That's the only way to describe it. As you saw on the match view, I was just in complete disbelief. And you can't ask for a better start than that in a game in terms of scoring early. But the goal that he scored, it just shows great ability. It shows great audacity, actually. I'm going to say it. You have to be audacious to even try to do that, to even think to do that. Like I said, it's good build-up play and stuff like that. But let's be honest, from Dallo, he's sort of just putting it into an area. For Garnacho to turn that into a genuine chance is something that opposition managers just have to clap. Opposition fans just have to clap. The goalkeeper who's conceded that goal, centre-backs who've seen the ball go over their head all the way into the top corner. It was just magical. And that is going to be a contender, like we've been saying, for the Puskas Awards, in terms of when it gets to the end of the calendar year or whatever it is, that is going to be in like the top 10 of goals scored around the world. You're not going to see many better goals than that. It was absolutely incredible that Garnacho did it. It was just out of nothing, out of nowhere. You just didn't expect to see him do it. And wow, I'm still in shock now. It's one of them goals you just want to keep seeing back and back and over and over and over again. And obviously people comparing it to the Wayne Rooney overhead kick in, what was it, 2011, Manchester City. In the derby, people comparing it to the Gareth Bale one against Liverpool. I think Ronaldo had one against Juve for Real Madrid. You know, there's been some top draw overhead kicks. Now, those ones probably shade it, Champions League final to do that, etc., etc. I understand that. But in terms of the technique and the way he scored it, he's right up there as an amazing goal. And then we didn't actually play that well after that, I thought. I think actually Everton were the ones who were in the ascendancy. And they should have scored, really. I was disappointed with how we were after the goal. I thought scoring that early in the manner that we did, we would have been better from that. But actually, it's credit to Everton, because they actually stuck to what their game plan was. They put us under pressure. They was getting balls into Calvert-Lewin really quickly, getting balls down the sides into Dwight McNeil and Jack Harrison, and just being a pain, really, just being a proper Sean Dyche team. And we were probably fortunate to go in at 1-0, and a big reason for that, I'm going to get into, is the goalkeeper, Andre Onana. Listen, he's really settled down. Some wicked saves, some really good saves from him. Came and claimed a couple balls as well. Done one where he set himself up for almost like a volleyball technique. I don't know how he done that. Great save from Idris Gueye as well. Like he had some really good moments in the game, and it's great to see him with his feet firmly under the ground now. So he kind of put it behind him, the kind of tough start that he had. When we was all onto him thinking, what on earth's going on? We've brought this guy in and got rid of David De Gea. And now it looks, very ominous about what's going on. And I think Rich said to me here at UVHQ, he said he's got the most clean sheets in the league, or at least joint. So that's really good to see that he's calmed down. Now for Kobbie Mainoo, man. Kobbie Mainoo. Now, listen, Alejandro Garnacho gets man of the match. Kind of rightly so, because you score a goal like that. But Kobbie Mainoo's performance for his whole 70 minutes or 70-odd minutes that he played, I thought was absolutely flawless. Absolutely flawless. He was winning duels. He was looking so calm and composed on the ball. He was physical. He knew where to be. Goal line clearance. You don't often see that level of maturity in someone so young. And listen, we have to be careful, okay? We cannot, put too much pressure on the kid. We cannot overplay him. We cannot expect him to play like that every single time he plays. But what we can do is look at him and say he looks a special talent. And if we nurture him right, if we give him the patience and we give him the right environment, that I know Ten Hag will definitely try to do in terms of young players. He did it with Garnacho last year, trying to ease him in. And you can clearly see why he was sort of knocking on the door in the first team on pre-season tour. I'm convinced of it. To start him in a game like today that was going to be hostile, it's going to be difficult. Everton in your face, they're physical, they get about the pitch, away at Goodison under the lights, Sunday night. It's not an easy game to get your first Premier League start. And he looked like he's been playing for us for years. That did not look like that was that kid's first ever Premier League game. Not just start, his first ever Premier League game, I believe. Like, he just looks so unfazed with everything. His body shape, the way he takes the ball, how confident he was. And what I really like is that he wanted to play forward. He wants to take the ball and play forward where he can. He was good in a tackle, good at intercepting. And like I said, that goal line clearance, you know, just knowing where to be at such a young age. His debut couldn't have gone any better, and he should remember that. And his whole family should be proud, and he should be so proud of himself. You know, it said a lot that Erik ten Hag said, you know what? No, I'm not going to bring in Amrabat. Now, Amrabat's played in the World Cup semi-final against France. He knows what pressure is. You know, he played in a Conference League final last year against West Ham. Like, he's played for, you know, at foreign teams. He's an experienced player. You get my drift. I'm not saying he's hit the heights of football, but he's way more experienced than Kobbie Mainoo. But for Erik ten Hag to say, no, this is the game to start the kid. I trust him. Yes, there's been injuries. If Eriksen was fit, if Mount was fit, maybe we wouldn't have seen Kobbie Mainoo. But sometimes you need things to go your way, you know, and it did. And I'm so excited to see him going forward. I really, really am. If I'm looking forward to that Galatasaray game, listen, if you're good enough, you're old enough. If you're good enough, you're old enough. You know, this club is built, the DNA of this club is built off of youngsters being given an opportunity by merit, though. Like KG said, no fake debuts, no tokenism, no just get you in because you know we want to tick another box to say that it's another year where an academy graduate's touched the grass for Man United. No, we wanna have the right players playing, and he deserves so much credit. So I'm so excited about him. I think he could be a real star in the making, but we do have to be patient. I need to talk about Anthony Martial. That was my player that I had, that I was watching, and he deserves credit because I was really worried about how he is right now, where he's at. You know, he's not playing games. He's coming in, playing 5 minutes here, playing 10 minutes there, starting the odd Carabao Cup game. You know, he started against Palace and then didn't even start the Newcastle one. Like, not getting a sniff in Champions League. So his minutes are really, really limited. So you're thinking, how is he going to be? How is he going to respond? And there were some parts where, because we wasn't attacking very well, we didn't really see him. But the bits where he could affect the game, the little bits that he could do well, he's won a penalty. And rightly so. Probably, I think it was just, I was a bit like, oh, did he run into Ashley Young and stuff? But no, in hindsight, looking back, I think there's been so many dodgy refereeing decisions, you're just never sure anymore. But he wins a penalty, and he scores a fantastic goal as well. He scores a fantastic goal. And he had some nice little moments of link-up play as well. So, yeah, great composed finish. And, you know, it is weird. You know, Højlund's been playing all the games in the Premier League. Couldn't hit a barn door. Martial, first start, and he scores. Now, I'm not saying Martial should start all the games. I'm not saying he should be the future. In fact, actually, let's not let him go in the summer. Because at the end of the day, we know what Martial is overall and where we're trying to get to. We do need to move on. But in terms of today, he deserves massive credit, man, because he's impacted the game. He's won a penalty and he scored. Do you know what I mean? I thought the subs, you know, when Pellistri came on, he did well to keep that move going. Bruno, you know, he makes that chance for the penalty and makes the chance for Rashford to, for Martial to score as well. So Bruno in the second half, I think, was a lot better. The defenders, man, Harry Maguire, solid. Like we said on the stream, like he's keeping Raphael Varane out on merit. And although it's a eyebrow raiser, it's a head scratcher, but you're saying, how on earth can this manager take out Varane and start playing Harry Maguire? You're like, how does that even work? And the fact that he's done it, you're saying it better work because you're going to have to answer some serious questions for that. And Harry Maguire's been good. I thought Victor Lindelof was very composed, put his head where it hurts, where it needed to be. Good distribution. And having Luke Shaw back as well, man. Like, Luke Shaw didn't have his most amazing game. He wasn't up and down and absolutely brilliant, but just a calming influence. Just a nice little game for him to come into. Come off 3-0 up, 75 minutes under his belt, ready to go again against Galatasaray. So listen, I've got absolutely no one could have any complaints for that. Yes, Marcus Rashford could have played better in open play. He was probably the weakest player. Like, some of his decision making was just absolutely baffling, but he dispatched of his penalty well. Hopefully might give him a bit of confidence. It didn't in terms of his performance of how he played, but listen, a goal's a goal, and he took it well at a big chance of the moment to make the game 2-0. So 3-0, happy days. And it's insane how things can change in the league. Our form's actually really good in the league in like the last 6 games. And, you know, with Spurs dropping more points today, Liverpool and City drew. Do I think we'll finish close behind them too? Probably not. But at the end of the day, we can only be where we are right now. And after our worst start in however many years, we're doing all right. We're doing all right in the league. Long may it continue. My man of the match, it is Garnacho, but I'm going to give it to Kobbie Mainoo, man. That's his first ever game, man. Big up Kobbie Mainoo. I'm going to give him man of the match. I'm out of here. Peace.